Honda has made their own electric Ruckus. What does that mean for electric converted scooters? Let's talk about it. What's up, everybody? How's it going? Welcome to this episode of Car Rant. I know the scenery behind me looks a little chaotic, but the truth of the matter is because we're moving. I got a new place, so this is actually going to be one of the last videos we shoot here in this location. A lot more open space, a nice old town, very picturesque, and I'm actually really excited for it because it puts me close to some of my friends who have been on this channel a lot. Ian's going to be moving out there with us. It's going to be a good time, so I do apologize for the lack of video content recently, and honestly do expect a couple of delays as we get stuff going with, you know, getting the internet set up, getting the house set up, all of that. But with that bit of news out the way, let's get into today's topic. Electric scooters are not at all a new phenomenon. We are used to them. We have seen them for many years, and we've even done videos about stuff like the bird scooters and how they are not the best solution moving forward. In fact, if you want to learn more about those things, click up here in this corner to watch that video. It's very informative, and I feel like people who want to enter into the scooter space need to have an understanding about what they're buying and the ethical nature behind it. That said, as some of you are aware, I own multiple gas-powered scooters. I own several Metropolitans, and we've even built a E-Ruck here on this channel, one that hits somewhere around 75 miles an hour. The thing was a total death trap, but it was a converted Metropolitan with a Honda Ruckus rear end that then had a Chinese GY6 strapped to it, set up with what looks to be a very torquey gear set ratio. If you're not aware, scooters have a bunch of little componentries inside of them, CVTs, different weights and variators and stuff. Long story short, you can do some transmission tuning to make the gear set longer or shorter depending on your needs. So we'll have a dedicated video for that later because we are going to do a lot of scooter stuff again this season, so stay tuned for that. That said, I'm pretty experienced in the field of modifying scooters now, having again messed with many of them, and we're actually in the process right now of shooting a TikTok series basically rebuilding the Stretcho into a Fat Bob setup. So if you're into that kind of thing, check out our live streams there. We're going to be streaming basically the entire process of building this new form of scooter for the Stretcho. It's going to be a nice rebirthing for that thing. I miss riding. You should check it out. Shameless plugs out the way. Let's talk about these electric Ruckuses. In case you weren't aware, Honda has released electric Ruckuses, and they are being sold in foreign markets. They are not yet available here, but I have a feeling given the craze around electric scooters right now, we're probably going to see them come to the States. But above all else, got my gears going, because for the last like 4 years, we have seen electric converted Ruckuses on Instagram, TikTok, even here on YouTube. Guys like Rolling Wrench went to some of these boutique dealer guys to try and check these things out, and they're fast, they're fun, they're quiet, and they look good. They look real good. All of that said, we have waited years for one of these conversion kits to finally come to the United States, and we have yet to see one come to the States. We have yet to see one being sold as a kit, which, in case some people weren't aware, is what we were originally promised, and now they're saying they won't sell one at all. For a guy like me who's legitimately been waiting for that to try and recreate my red Metropolitan into an electric scooter with a sidecar, it's frustrating. And I'm not making this video to vent or complain or anything like that. I'm just pointing out that the opportunity that the open market had to make something cool and unique is very quickly being shut down by the OEM. I have a feeling that we're going to start seeing people convert their own Ruckuses to electric Ruckuses very, very soon. A, because it's cool, and B, because there are ways to make those things faster. Obviously, there's still going to be opportunities for people to make really, really cool custom home-built setups that go real fast and are real cool to look at and sound amazing, because let's be honest, some of these electric things sound wicked. The reality is that with the advent of the electric Ruck, are we going to start seeing people just abandon these ideas and just try to take the OEM and apply it to their current gasser setup. I am of the opinion that it's going to be a 50-50 split. I think some people are going to go that route just for the convenience of it, the fact that if you live in a city, the electric setup really is viable and easy to use because there's so many places to charge. If you're out in the sticks like I'm about to be, the gasser is going to still be your main way of getting around because you're just not going to get enough charge that quickly to go those types of distances, considering how small these battery packs are. Putting it in perspective, the Tesla has the size batteries that it has, where it's the entire undercarriage of the car, and that can only go 300 miles in a single charge. Now granted, they do have these supercharger functions, but these smaller batteries for things like mopeds, scooters, and motorcycles are not going to be able to recharge quite as fast as the Tesla, at least right now. Eventually, probably, but at the moment, not really. Plus, with less cells means less range, so if you live, say, 6 miles from town and just want to ride the scooter in town to go get a gallon of milk, you're not going to be able to do that, well, quite as efficiently as if you were to get onto, say, a 50 miles per gallon 50cc Honda Ruckus. So, will the electric versions take over the world? Not really. The cities will like them, and people who are into tinkering with electronics to try and trick them out to make them faster will probably touch them and mess with them too. But there's no getting rid of us gas-powered guys. At least, not quite yet. And as far as the kit guys go, will this new Ruckus derail them? I don't think it will. The reality is that some people just like aftermarket stuff, and proof is in the pudding when it comes to car culture. You can see it all over the place. People love aftermarket brands like E-Ruck and Jegs, and if you're into Japanese cars, stuff like, HKS. There's modifications are going to always be a prevalent thing within this subculture of culture, but I don't know if these things will take off as much just because of how slow the progress has been to try and develop a mass market kit for an electric conversion. But with all that said, what do you guys think? Do you think the electric Rucks are going to take over the world, or do you think that us gassers are going to continue to dominate? Let us know in the comments section. I love being able to talk with you guys. I know we're overdue for videos. Don't worry, Don and I have got plenty in the pipeline for you. And it sounds like we're going to have the return of an old co-host of ours. So stay tuned for that. Without further ado, we'll see you guys next time. Peace.